Underwriting situation with us financing this house is very unusual.
No, I don't think so.
What we've discovered is that because I'm so intertwined.
Things have reached a jaw-dropping point in the latest Brown family saga, Robyn's Web of Deceit appears to be expanding, Kody's behavior is fueling new outrage, and now in the latest twist, Aurora finally breaks her silence, and she's accusing her own dad of emotional manipulation. You won't want to miss this, because what's happening behind closed doors will leave you speechless. Sister Wives fans are completely stunned. After there were new explosive allegations that surfaced, it is now those close to Robyn Brown accusing him of repeatedly misleading the family. While Kody Brown's unapologetic ways continue to astonish those surrounding him, while tensions come to a boiling point, insiders allude to the cracks in the Brown family potentially being deeper and darker than ever. And that's only the start. Robyn's middle daughter, Aurora. Brown has allegedly stepped forward with devastating claims. Aurora, it is said, complains Kody employed emotional manipulation, pressure, and guilt to control her revelations indicate perhaps even Robyn's own children will not escape the poisonous behavior in the family. Might this be the point when things really do change? Fuel to the flames is added by a number of individuals close to the Browns who claim that Robyn has habitually deceived the family, particularly in regards to money, loyalty, and her role in the fall of Kody's marriages to Meri, Janelle, and Christine. Former family friends assert that Robyn Lee manipulated things to drive Kody away from his other wives. But Robyn has always kept denial as her stance. Butin, the background whispers, say, a completely different story. And it doesn't end there. People who know the family claim Kody has dug in only deeper, refusing to accept any responsibility. Hearley has no shame. One source revealed he blames everyone else around him, never himself, and totally disregards how his favoritism towards Robyn destroyed the family. As more information comes out, it becomes apparent that Kody's intransigence might have driven the final wedge between him and the rest of the family. The question now, will Robyn and Kody finally come clean about these devastating allegations, or will they persist in their long history of denial and finger-pointing with tensions through the roof, and more secrets lurking to be uncovered? One thing is for sure, the Brown family scandal isn't over. And just when you thought you've heard it all, there's more. In an exclusive preview of next Sunday, April 27th episode of Sister Wives, shared by Parade, Kody ponders his breakups with Christine, Janelle, and Meri Brown. In a rare display of vulnerability, he confesses to regretting the way he weathered the public backlash from these breakups. Is this new regret authentic or another attempt at revising history? Seatbelts, everybody. Because if these new developments are anything to go by, the drama within the Brown family is only getting started. Kody Brown is finally speaking out about the frustration he harbored since his split with high-sex wives. And an eye-opening discussion, Robyn raises it gently with him, telling him, "You've been very, very angry, and I understand that." Kody shoots back with an unexpected confession. "I apologize, and I understand that I've been in a bad place. I'm sorry to you, and I'm sorry to them." But just when Kody appears to be turning over a new leaf, what he discovers next reveals so much more. In a candid confession, Kody looks back on the collapses of his marriages with Christine, Janelle, and Meri from 2021 to 2023. He acknowledges that he used to think the struggles of plural marriage were primarily on him, not seeing how much his wives were suffering. "From my limited point of view, I thought it was just tough on me." Kody confesses, "I had no idea about the struggle my wives were going through on a daily basis." But instead of confronting the hurt, Kody admits he constructed barriers to shield himself. And amazingly, he says he even talked himself into believing he never loved them in the first place. What Kody tells us next is even more tragic. "I was bullying myself," he confesses, telling myself I wasn't affected, pretending those mean women were just gone and I never loved them anyway. That was the defense I clung to, because divorce just breaks you apart. Inside his words betray a man with deep emotional wounds, but also a man who may have inflicted as much pain as he is suffering, but the drama does not end there. Kody is currently in new controversy over a new cameo video he just shot for fans. although these videos tend to be upbeat sending, birthday greetings, or life lessons. This new one turned dark. Fans are amazed when Kody began discussing his younger kids displaying fiercely protective behavior towards Robyn's children, yet distancing himself from children with his ex-wives. This has fueled anger in longtime Sister Wives fans. Throughout the years, Kody had always presented himself as a committed father figure, but recently, particularly, after the sad death of his son, Garrison Brown fans have picked up on an Aki change. Kody now only calls Robyn's children his kids, while calling his kids from his former wives his ex-wife's kids, like they're not his anymore. The backlash has been swift. Kody is being accused of emotionally abandoning his older children, especially now that their mothers are no longer in their lives. His most recent cameo has only added fuel to an already burning fire with fans, wondering how deep the rift in the Brown family actually is, with feelings high and fresh scars exposed. One thing becomes certain: the Brown saga is far from finished. And as Kody keeps peeling away more of his inner struggles, viewers are left wondering, is this healing starting point or another installment in heartbreak? Kody Brown's most recent cameo has caused even more outrage among Sister Wives enthusiasts, and this time, it's over. Remarks that many find horribly disturbing. Kody shared some parenting tips recently in a video where he encouraged his viewers to love their children as much as they can, be open with them, and discipline them. He even went on to stress spending time and effort into asking about schoolwork and daily life. On the surface, it sounded like good advice, but it didn't take long for viewers to notice something strange and deeply upsetting. In his remarks, Kody cautioned against pecking orders, particularly those he indicated which can originate from a different spouse. Followers right away sensed what Hearly meant. A lot of them assume Kody was cryptically referring to his older kids, the ones he has with his previous wives, and that he was implying now that he is guarding his younger children.
I don't have any churches around here that will blame plural marriage. I don't have the same
Robyn's children against their older owns. The criticism on the web was instant and intense. "This is disgusting," wrote one fan. "He failed his family." The and others labeled him a freak and cited the irony. While Kody is quick to discuss holding children accountable, he doesn't appear to want to hold himself responsible for the hurt he's caused. A Sony critic said Kody Brown offering parenting advice is nearly as ironic as Ashim offering hair tips. In the meantime, tensions are about to escalate even further. In the new episodes of Sister Wives, TLC has dropped the official synopsis for episode 22 of season 19, and it's full of drama. Kody will have a heart-to-heart with Robyn about his increasing desire to leave polygamy completely behind, a huge change from the lifestyle he formerly defended so fervently elsewhere. Meri and Janelle will get together at Coyote Pass to discuss their next move, while Christine will be spotted celebrating her first Valentine's Day with her fiancé David Woolley. And behind the Aitka scenes, even more of Kody's antics are coming to light. In a recent show, Christine spoke about the extreme pressure Kody used to put on his wives, particularly regarding their looks, on a road trip with David to assist Janelle in moving near to her daughter, Maddie, in North Carolina. Christine shared painful memories of her experience with Kody. "He enjoyed makeup. You always had to look pretty." She said, "We'd camp Janelle and I would be slaving away making breakfast and cleaning up, and Robyn would still be pimping and pining with makeup and hair." For hours, Christine did not hesitate calling Kody's demands shallow and annoying. All the same, she claims that she did her best to remain patient for years. Now, as the second part of season 19 continues, however, the reality of Kody's behavior toward his wives is finally being revealed, and viewers are getting a glimpse of him that they cannot help but notice, with secrets spilled and tension simmering. It's obvious the Brown family saga is far from over, and Kody's jaw-dropping words and behavior are only pouring more gasoline on the flames. During her marriage, Christine Brown attempted to remain optimistic, regardless of how she was treated abysmally by Kody. But she was not alone who had to live up to impossible expectations. Meri Brown also recently opened up about Kody's shallow focus on appearances. According to Meri, Kody was so obsessed with how his wives looked that he would even buy her clothing to ensure she appeared her best. She revealed that during one of their very first dates, Kody's priority wasn't romance. It was taking her shopping topic out an outfit he approved of. This poisonous control of appearances was only the beginning. Viewers who have watched Sister Wives through the years will also recall the unforgettable tell-all specials with journalist Tamron Hall initially became part of the world of Sister Wives during season 6, and her bold no-holds-barred approach made her the ideal candidate. She had a special gift to make Kody marry Janelle, Christine, and Robyn open up on camera, never before. With a season's worth of under-the-radar drama, it was therapeutic for audiences to see the Browns confronted with tough questions at last. But it wasn't always smooth going. Hall's blunt questions would frequently result in tense, sometimes heated exchanges, and that was a part of the reason her tells were so unvarnished and compelling. Unfortunately, Tamron Hall's stint on Sister Wives was cut short after season 9 with little explanation provided. Ever since then, there's been a revolving door of more subdued hosts stepping in to replace her. But none have offered the authenticity and grit Hall provided. There's a reason for that. Unlike most hosts who followed, her Tamron Hall wasn't afraid to call Kody Brown out, and that, it appears, was something Kody could never abide. Fans have long observed that Kody Brown has a strong need for control not only over his wives and kids, but also over thestory told to viewers. For years, he frantically attempted to advance the vision of a large, happy polygamous family, even when things behind the scenes were far from it. With Tamron Hallett, the helm of the tell-alls, that fantasy was shattered. Having a solid journalism background, Hall was not about sugarcoating reality. She probed hard questions, pressed when the Browns wavered, and made it plain. This was what they signed up for when they decided to live life in front of the cameras. But Kody Brown, being who he is, did not care for being called out, especially not on TV. And now, years after the fact, Tamron Hall herself has verified what many of her fans had long suspected. On April 16, 2025 installments of her daytime talk show, Hall announced that she was let go from her hosting gig with Sister Wives, and because some of the Brown family members felt that her questions were just too hard. This appalling revelation rocked the fan base. It was another instance of how far Kody and possibly others were willing to stretch in order not to be held accountable, rather than confront the harsh realities. They opted to silence the only person who was not willing to play along with the illusion. As more and more secrets are unraveled in season 19, one thing is clear. The illusion Kody Brown built over several years is crumbling, and the world is finally getting the real story on Sister Wives. Right after the explosive season 9 tell-all, when Tamron Hall famously questioned Kody Brown about lawfully divorcing Meri to wed Robyn and adopt her kids. The backlash amongst the behind-the-scenes drama began to brew. It was during that memorable interview that Hall directly challenged the implications of Kody's actions. That by divorcing Meri and marrying Robyn, Kody was essentially sanctioning one wife over the others. And she wasn't incorrect. Kody's actions sent a definite message that Robyn was the favorite, and that Meri, Janelle, and Christine were further sidelined. It was a topic that Kody did not want to discuss. Most fans were excited to have someone finally calling Kody out for something he never would on the show. But of course, Kody and Robyn were offended by Hall's interrogation. And
my husband is no longer a polygamist, and it's just me and him now.
And soon after that, Tamron Hall was let go. The fact that Kody couldn't take anyone questioning his emotional abandonment of Meri said a lot. He was willing to do whatever it took to maintain his reputation as the good guy, even if it meant silencing the truth. Tamron Hall saw through the facade, and she paid the price for it. To put things into even further perspective, on the April 16, 2025 episode of The Tamron Hall Show, Meri Brown herself was a guest and had no problem whatsoever with Hall's hosting. Clearly, the tension and firing came from Kody's side, proving all the more how much he desires control, even over the narrative presented to the fans. And quite frankly, the tells have never been the same since following Hall's exit. Other hosts rotated through: Erica Hill, Andrea Canning, Suchan Pug, and finally Sukana Krishnan, who has been hosting since season 16. Of all of them, only Andrea Canning had the guts to push Kody a bit, making him face some uncomfortable realities. But her stint as host didn't last long either. Just one season before she too was replaced. Obviously, Kody Brown didn't care for being pushed around. Sukanya Krishnan, on the other hand, appears to be the host Kody has graciously accepted. Her demeanor is gentle, sympathetic, and much less combative. Although that style may suffice elsewhere for Sister Wives viewers, it seems utterly disconnected from the reality of the show. Christian seldom poses the hard, gritty questions viewers so eagerly want to hear. Instead, it really does. Feel like she provides Kody and Robyn with a place to vent and barely lets the former sister wives get a real word in edgewise. Most fans are sure Kody is the puppet master behind the scenes, perhaps even controlling what questions Christian gets to. Ask because one thing is certain: the minute a host ceases to challenge Kody is the minute they retain their job. Sadly, this has made the tell-alls feel more scripted, smoother, and vacuous, devoid of all the hot stuff and emotional truth that Tamara and Hall used to bring to them, and the fractures in the Brown family are widening. Even Janelle Brown, who broke up with Kody last December 2022, is already reconsidering her spiritual divorce as of 2025. Her recent interviews suggest lingering feelings and the pained fact of leaving behind decades of common living, common faith, and common kin. As Sister Wives rolls on, it's becoming clearer than ever. The fade Kody worked so hard to maintain is falling apart in front of everybody's eyes, and no amount of well-staged tells can cover up their reality anymore. In a preview of the upcoming April 27th episode of Sister Wives, Janelle Brown shared about her changing emotions toward asking for a spiritual divorce from Kody Brown. Something she had never really considered before. "I never had considered a spiritual divorce. That never even entered my mind, because we're hardly even members of that church anymore." Janelle explained to producers in the clip, according to People, but watching Meri get divorced made her rethink it. "When Meri had one, I was like, huh?" Christine Brown, Kody's third wife, who left him in November of 2021. Also chimed in, Christine explained that she had no desire for a legal spiritual divorce. "I was in a different place spiritually." Christine said, "I do believe in God and he was good with me leaving. So the dialogue with him was satisfactory enough for me." In the video, Meri even volunteered to go with Janelle to the church to ask for an official spiritual release. For Janelle, it's not so much about religious protocol and more about emotional clarity. "I'm not dating, but if I found somebody, I would never want there to be a weird barrier in my head," she confessed. Later, Janelle reaffirmed her firm devotion, stating that other than walking away from plural marriage life, her faith in God is as solid as can be. She summed up, "If I were to remarry, perhaps it's worthwhile getting a spiritual divorce." Kody Brown, meanwhile, and today still wed only to Robyn Brown, is finally looking the part of someone who might regret the grief he's induced. In another preview of the April 27th episode, Parade says that Kody and Robyn will openly speak about his emotional challenges. After the demise of his previously huge plural family, fans have long observed that Robyn was evidently Kody's favorite, the only wife he appeared to truly love. And Kody himself, in previous seasons, had gone far as to say that he never really loved Meri Janelle, or Christine, now Kody, is backtracking on those heartless comments, looking back at the devastation of his previous relationships. Kody owned up to having made those words in anger, and that he regrets them a great deal. Think the biggest thing is whether or not you're able to process through it enough that you can be yourself again. Head admits realizing how much his resentment has taken a toll on his own happiness, but fans are not so forgetful. Others still suspect that Kody's own personal favoritism and emotional abandonment are the cause of the Brown family's collapse. Despite the regret, he now displays the harm he did to Meri Janelle, and Christine remains, and his public apologies may be too little too late, with Robyn alone with him now. Kody Brown's formerly proud vision of plural marriage is in shambles, a stark contrast to the family harmony he once vowed to maintain. On the April 27th episode of Sister Wives, fans will see something unusual: Kody Brown apologizing and taking responsibility for his own actions. In a tense but revealing interview with his one remaining wife, Robyn Brown, Kody admitted to the intense anger that has engulfed him since his marriages to Christine, Janelle, and Meri failed. "You've been very, very angry, and I understand this." Robyn softly reminded him. Kody, clearly upset, responded, "I'm sorry, I know that I've been in a bad place. I'm sorry to you, I'm sorry to them." In a moment of unusual humility, Kody continued, "I'm kind of arrogant and cocky, plural marriage is hard." Talking directly to the confessional camera, Kody confessed, "Really, it was difficult. I considered from my nearsighted point of view that it was merely difficult for me, but I didn't realize how much of a struggle it would be for my wives." Reflecting on the dissolution of his family, Kody shared that a great deal of the rough words he'd uttered, and especially the insulting accusations that he never loved Christine, Janelle, or Meri stemmed from a place of defensiveness more than truth. I'm attempting